Welcome back to the unit number 1. We have discussed in the last lecture about the different types of vibrations and also how we can make a mathematical model for a vibrating system. So first we have seen the mathematical model for a forging hammer and a bicycle. Now we will see how we can make a mathematical model for the two-wheeler. Okay, so here you can see the two-wheeler. Now to make a mathematical model you have to understand the linkages between these two. Now you can see that now this is a road surface. In contact with the road surface there is a tire. So tire is given a particular mass to this particular wheel of this particular front and the rear wheel of this particular vehicle or the bike, and over this particular vehicle there is a another mass transferred through this particular suspension system. So this suspension system is having certain spring and damping over here, and the total mass of this particular rider and this particular vehicle is acting through the suspension system over this wheel, from this wheel to the tire and from this tire to the ground. So if I have to make a simplified mathematical model of this, so I will consider that with the help of this particular stiffness and damping of this suspension system and this particular tire, there is an equivalent stiffness and equivalent damping, and the total mass of the rider and the mass of this particular vehicle will be considered as M equivalent. So I can simply specify the single degree of freedom model like this, considering total mass over here and the total stiffness and damping. Now if I consider separately the suspension system and the tire, I will see here on the road there is a contact of this particular tire. So tire stiffness I am representing here for the front and rear tire and the front tire like this, and over this there is a mass of the rear wheel and the mass of the front wheel. Now the mass of this particular rider and this vehicle, that is his total mass, that is transferred through the suspension system. So there is a stiffness of the suspension system rear side and damping, stiffness and damping. Similarly there is a damping and a stiffness for the front suspension system, this one. So total mass will be acting like this. So this is nothing but a 2 degree of freedom model. Now again if I consider the stiffness and damping of the rider also, so this model will be as it is, like there is a front and rear tire stiffness considered here and wheel masses, front and rear wheel. Similarly there is a suspension system stiffness and damping for the front and rear side, and this is nothing but the mass of the vehicle, and this is nothing but the mass of the rider. So this mass of the rider is acting through this particular stiffness of the rider and the damping of the rider. So this is what is the actual 3 degree of freedom model for this particular bike. Similarly we can have the mathematical model for a car. So you can see here the simplified model initially you are going to prepare for the car. So total mass M equivalent, which is nothing but the mass of the total vehicle plus the mass of the driver or maybe the number of passengers. So we are considering here, and see this is nothing but the equivalent stiffness which will be there between the suspension system and the tires, that is combined equivalent stiffness and combined equivalent damping. So and this is nothing but the road surface. So this is most simplified mathematical model for a car. Now if I consider the tire stiffness separately for the front and the rear tires separately, if I consider the stiffness, and if I consider the stiffness and damping provided on the by the suspension system on the front side and rear side, so this is nothing but the mass of the vehicle and the mass of the driver like this. Now we know that the driver is sitting in a car, so that time it is having a seat over there, so they are going to consider the stiffness of the driver seat and the damping of the driver seat. At the same time when the driver is resting on the back side, so there is a on the back side also, if I consider the damping and stiffness in the seat on the back side, so if I provide additional this particular system over the mass of the vehicle, this mass of the vehicle is transferring the mass to the suspension system stiffness and damping on the front and rear side, and this is nothing but the mass of the wheels, and this is nothing but the stiffness of the front and rear tires. So in this way you can provide the detailed model of this particular system, which we can call it as a 3 degree of freedom model, because you are going to consider there are the 3 different motions of these masses will be there, or maybe more complex systems can be possible if you can include the more number of components and their interrelationships. So this is what is about the uh, model of a car. So in the next presentation we will see how we can formulate the differential equation of motion using Newton's law, using D'Alembert or using D'Alembert principle, and by using the energy method. Because once we make a mathematical model, then the next step is to make the differential equation, and after that the next step is to solve this differential equation to know the response of the system. So this is what we are going to say in the next presentation. So thank you very much.